Hello everyone, I'd like to take you through our software called Thrift and Loan Manager. Now if you open the application, this is the login page that you see, and then the default login detail is the first one. The username is admin, and then the password, the default password is 12345. Now you can click here to view or to listen. Now then we log in. Now this is the main menu of the entire application. The dashboard showing the amount contributed, the total share bought, the volume of share, and then the loan out and the interest paid. And then this will show the total number of members of the Thrift and Loan. Now if you check the top here, we have the dashboard which is currently showing, and then we have settings, services, membership, banking, expenses, and reports. Now I'm going to take you through all this menu to talk about the functions of each. Now first we'll go to the settings. Now looking at the settings, we have value per share settings. Now this is the value that you set. Now currently it has been defaulted to 20, like 20 cedis. You can decide to reduce it or increase it depending upon the minimum that you want a member or contributor to contribute. Now at the end of the accounting year, the interest or the profits gained out of the accounting year will be shared based on the share that a member holds. Then down here we have balance brought forward, and then we have change theme, add user. If you want, this is the credential I use to log in. You can decide to so you can decide to add another user to this page. Now from here we move to the database management. If you hover over it, it will tell you its name. For instance, this one is the database backup. This is to save the data or to back up the data safely. And this down here is to restore the data from the database, to bring the data back. Maybe in case of any updates, any new updates, you will have to back up the data, install the new update, then you restore it back. Then this is to import the database. Let's see, a database that you copy from a different machine that you want to import into this machine and run it in the software. Then this is to delete all the records from the database. Now we have authentication. This is where we fix the name of your organization or your group, or the name of your Thrift and Loan organization. Then this is to check the system ID of an authentic user or an authorized user. Now let's get to the SMS settings. Here is the setup that will allow you to send messages or text messages using the application. Now let's look at this. After buying the software, we'll guide you through to create account free of charge on the SMS platform, which you need to be buying credit into in order to send text messages to your members or account details to your members. Then after that, you can enter your phone number here to test if the application or the SMS is working. Now if you don't, or you're not an authorized user of the software and you want us to build one for you, You just have to install this particular setup on your machine which you want to use the software, and then you get the system ID of that machine. So currently this is my system ID of this machine. So you will ask you to send us this system ID for us to build a setup for your group. Now let's move to services. Now looking at the services, these are services that you want to perform as an organization or a thrift and loan group or company or ZUSU or whichever one that you want to call it. So currently we have some name of services in the software. We have registration fee which we set to 50 cedis, member loan to 5% and non-member loan to 10%. Now a member is someone who is registered with the group and is a contributor. And then a non-member is someone who is not registered with the group, who is not a contributor but just a registered member. Is not a contributor. But if someone comes to take loan from the group and this person is not a contributor, we classify that person as a non-member. If you have other services that you want to provide, you can add them here, and then you indicate the charges, whether it's a fixed charge or a percentage charge. Now if you want to reduce or increase the registration fee, you just need to double click on it, and then it will bring itself, and then you edit whatever you want to do, then you do updates, or you can equally delete and then add your own. Now let's move to category of expenses. Now category of expenses, these are type of expenses that you envisage that you are going to incur during the accounting year. So we have some sample that we've added: category 1, category 2, category 3. These are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that you can add up to 7. So we have, for instance, purchase of the software, credit, SMS, stationery, TNT, and all what have you. We set it in. Now let's move to membership. Now if you get to the membership, we have customer or members details. Here we will add members, either a contributor, the member want to be a contributor, or a non-member who is not a contributor. Now let's add some domain data 001, and then after entering the name, you select the membership type. So it can be a member. Once you're a member, it means you're going to buy a share, and if you're not a member, you don't need any share. You're just coming to take a loan from the group. So let me register this person and give it a total share of 5, and that 5 will be multiplied by the 20 cedis per share, which is 100 cedis. So this person, a member, is having 5 shares. Then you enter the phone number, and then you indicate the membership status, active, then you submit. Active is someone who will continue to exist in the system and will be making contributions. And then if a member stops or if it's incapable of continuing the contribution, we in the middle of the accounting year, what we do is that we inactivate that person. We inactivate that person to stop if for instance, if they are owing, we inactivate this person to stop the software from charging interest on their loan or whatever they are owing. Then this send SMS. If you want to before you enter this, you want an SMS to be sent to this particular person. You check this before you submit. So if you check and submit, an SMS will be sent to this particular member. If you don't want the SMS to be sent, you can just uncheck it, and then you can submit your records. Now you can see here is the record, and the account balance is 0, other transaction is 0, and the status is active. So I'm going to add a couple of 2 or 3 people to it before we continue. Okay, I forgot to enter the total share. Present this person is buying 10 shares. Okay. You can start the ID with anything you want. I'm just being conventional to start with this. See 3 shares. So he's buying 20 shares. I'm going to register James Bond as a non-member so that we see what happens. Okay, so we now have 5 people. Now let's go to the dashboard. Yes, we have 5 active people. We have 4 members and 1 non-member. Now this is the total share bought, which is 38, and then the volume of share. This means 760. So every month we should be expecting 760 from members, or contributing members. Now let's move on. So we are done with this. Let's go to the banking. Now the banking area is what you mostly use, because this is where most of the transaction is done. Now you have sub menu here, which is credit sale, payments, new loan, and then deposit or withdrawal. Now let's talk about the credit sale first. Now these are services that we perform to our members and we charge them. For instance, we can decide to charge every member and a registration fee. We can decide to charge them with registration fee. So let's say all these people that we've registered, we're supposed to take registration fee for them. So we are going to charge their account with the registration fee. Then you select the ID and then the name will come. Then because we'll charge them registration fee, then maybe select the service, which is this. Then the total price of that service will come. So let's charge them. Now they've all been successfully charged. Now let's go back to the membership account and find out their account. Yes, so you can see that it's no longer 00. There are other transactions, because these are the charges that we gave them and they're supposed to pay. And if they don't pay, then it will be given to them. An interest will be charged on them against their account. So let's go back to the banking and then check the payment. So you select the ID. You're now coming to pay. The moment you select the ID of a member, then the outstanding account balance will pop up here, so that we know how much they owe at any given time. Then type of payment, because they are coming to pay registration fee, we select registration fee and then we enter the amount that they want to pay. Now this first person has paid, so let's go back to the member's account details, and then you realize that this person's account has returned to 0 because he is no longer owing the organization. So now let's move back and then make payments or take payment from the rest of those who haven't paid. The person has paid already. Now let's go back and check their account detail. Now you can see that they are all no longer owing again. Yeah, that's it. So now let's go back to the banking, and then we are done with the credit. Now the payment of the registration fee. Now let's go to deposit or accept deposit from contributors before we come back to giving out loan. Now for the loan, you select the ID and then the name. So, sorry, it's not a loan, there's deposit. So you deposit in the same place that we withdraw. So this person will deposit, or we are taking contribution from him for the month. So if you indicate the deposit, the expected amount that we're supposed to take from the person, or the contribution for every month, will appear here. So this is the expected amount. So since he's supposed to contribute 100 Ghana cedis, you tick and send to send the SMS. Or if you don't want the user, or sorry, the member to receive the SMS, you uncheck this, then we submit. and the transaction is successful. You can see there is a credit and a deposit. All right, so you remember we have 5 members and one of them is a non-member, a non-contributor. That is why we have only 4 IDs here, so you are catered for. Now let's move to the next person. Deposit. Okay, the expected amount is 200. Can I see this? Maybe submit. Now let's go back to the membership account detail and find out what's happening in the account. You can see that the account balance of this person is now 100 cedis and this one is 200. You cannot see. So let's move ahead and then accept deposits from the other members. 60. I see this. And then this guy is contributing 400. Gonna see this. Okay, so we now have the transaction of these 4 people. Now let's go back to the membership status and find out. You can see that this is the account balance of all these people. Let's go ahead and accept more deposits from them. And 60, can I see this? This is 400, can I see this? So this are done at the end. Sorry, 400. Okay, so now we can see that if you, let's say for instance, this person is supposed to contribute 400 Ghana cedis and he decided to pay 150 Ghana cedis, sorry, which is not accepted anyway. See, it has been rejected. Please enter the expected contribution of this member. So that is how it's supposed to be. We have 400 Ghana cedis before it will be accepted. Now let's look at the other transaction. Now let's come back to the new loan give out. Now let's look at the new loan give out that the members can enjoy. And then so we have for instance, first of all, let's go back to the deposit withdrawal. Let's take the account details of every member for now. Now you can see that this person is having 600 Ghana cedis as this, and this person is having 2,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, now for instance, if there is an overpayment of this and we want a refund, or maybe he wanted at the early part of the this, he wanted to reduce his contribution, then we can reduce it maybe for him. Then that is when the withdrawal, the withdrawal is necessary. So we reduce it and give it to him or her. Now let's move to should we try the withdrawal? Okay, let's try the withdrawal. That is his account balance is now his account balance is now 2,000. Okay, and then he's owing, what is his share? his share is 20. Maybe he wants to reduce his share to 10. So we can reduce his share to 10, and then so we update. Okay, so his share should now be 10. Yeah. Okay, now once his share is 10, we want to make a refund to him. So we need to select his name and then the withdrawal, and then 1,000. That is the withdrawal that we want to make for him. Then we submit, and then you can see that there's a withdrawal of 1,000 Ghana cedis on his account. Now let's go back and check the member's account and find out if it has reflected. You can see it has reduced to 1,000. So that's the withdrawal, how to withdraw, or that's how come it is necessary to add a withdrawal to it, so that everything, you don't have to be deleting the records. It will look suspicious, so that at the day of accounting it will be easy for everyone to understand, or every member to understand. Now let's go back to the banking, and now let's come to the new loan, giving of new loan. Now to give a new loan, we select this, and then we select the type of loan. So this is, you can decide to give a member loan to this person, and then we give, so the moment you select the member loan, the type or the percentage interest will show up here. So if this person want to take a loan of 500, or let's say 200, you enter the 200, and then you press the enter. You press the enter, the amount, the interest amount will be calculated, and then the total amount to be paid by the user will be calculated here, or the member will be calculated here. So you tick to submit, to send the SMS, or you uncheck and then you submit. Okay, so this is what we have. Then let's give out some more loan. Maybe this person also want a loan, so member loan, and you want 1,000 Ghana cedis. Press the enter because it's charged on this. Then you submit, or maybe this person can decide to give, and it's a 10% interest, and you want 1,000. Press the enter, it's now 100 cedis, then it's now 1,100, then you submit. So that is the loan that we have. Now let's go back and then check the member account status. Now if you look at it, now this is what you have. This guy is having a deficit of 210 Ghana cedis and 1,100, 1,050. That's how much they are owing. So if they are coming to pay back the loan, we can as well select their account ID, and then so this is new loan, sorry. So we go to payment, and then let's say this guy, if you select the user, the outstanding balance will show up. We've been here before, yes. So loan payment, or maybe interest payment. So we wanted to pay an interest of 50 Ghana cedis. Select the interest payment, and then you make this thing. So he should be having 1,000 as the outstanding balance now. So if he decides to pay part of the loan, let's say 500 Ghana cedis. If you go back and select his ID, you realize that the outstanding balance is now 500 Ghana cedis. Okay, yes, that is it. So that's how we make payments. We select the loan payment, interest payment, or any other payment that you want to add. Then now let's come back here to the auto charge. Now first of all, let's go back to the members, and then how many people are owing. We have 3 people who are owing now. So for instance, if these 3 people are still owing, this is what their next interest will be calculated on. So the interest amount to be calculated on 210 Ghana cedis, 1,100, and then 500 Ghana cedis. But this is not going to be done manually or one by one. So let's go back to the banking, and this is where the auto charge loan is. Now, what this does is that when you click this, it means you are about to charge interest on members who are owing. So automatically, if you have like 1,000 members or 3,000 members or even 1 million members, this is where you can charge the interest at the end of the month on those who are still owing. So let's try that. Yes. Okay, so 3 members and non-members successfully charged with interest. So now let's check what that means. You can see that these 3 people have been charged. They have been charged loan. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to the account. You can see that it has increased. It has increased automatically. That they have all been charged. Now, having done all this, let's go back to the expenses. So anytime you make any expense, this is where you add them. For instance, you can see let's say credit SMS, and then you can see credit for, let's see, January, credit for January, and then maybe the unit price is 5 cedis, and we bought how many? We bought let's see 3. Press the enter, then it will give you the total price that you're supposed to pay, then you submit. That is it. So this is where then maybe, let's say, stationery, we bought some books, so let's say or print, let's say printing of registration forms. Print of registration form, let's see, unit price per one is 1 CD, and we're able to print, let's say, 100 to 100 Ghana cedis. You submit, provide the necessary details of the expense. Okay, the date. Okay, so yes, so that's what we have. Now let's move to the report. Now here the report. Okay, so the report will give us, let's see the report of this first member. We can preview the report, and then yes, this is the report. So every contribution that the member has made plus the date and everything will show here is 200 Ghana cedis. That's the total contribution, and then it has the interest of this based on the share, and he's owing this amount. So if you subtract this from this, he's left with 3 cedis, 6 pesos. That is his total money that he'll be taking at the end of the accounting year. Maybe should this be the end of the accounting year, then this is the amount that he's supposed to take. So that is basically what the software is all about. You can equally generate the profit and loss statement of the application. So this is basically going to tell you how much. Now registration, we're able to generate loan interest. We received loan interest of 50 cedis, and then we have registration. We're able to generate registration fee for 200 Ghana cedis, and then other payments, nothing. And then the total income is 250. And then we have a purchase of software and then other expenses, which is 115. So we have the total income here minus the less or minus the expenses. You are left with 135 Ghana cedis. So this is the interest that we're able to generate, and this is what will be shared to members or contributing members plus their contribution. So this is the total contribution. This is 1,980 Ghana cedis plus the interest. So this is the amount of cash at hand that we should be having in our coffers. So that is how everything is. From here, the dashboard. Now let's go back to the dashboard. You can see that we have a total contribution of 2,980 Ghana cedis. Then we've loaned out. So this loan is still out. We're supposed to take all of them from the members. That is how come we're not able to get enough interest generated for the members. Okay, we're able to receive only this. We're supposed to take all this. Okay. So this is what we've covered so far. And then the services, you add your own. Then the members, this is where we add the members. And then the banking, this is where we perform most of the transactions. And then the expenses is where you add all the expenses that you incurred, and then you generate reports. Please, you can contact FK Software on this number for any other question and answers that you like, any other information that you like to find out about the software, how to procure it. You can contact us on this number. Thank you. Have a lovely day.